We have a civilizational presence. There is, at an average level, a sense of our larger connections as a community. There are always influences, there are always tendencies and trends in India which are narrow, which are parochial. That is true of any society. But I think if you look at it in the broader sense, you will see that there has been a tradition in India of acceptance of outside influences.
We have the Chinese, we have the Indians, we have the Arabs, we have local Malays, we have the indigenous people. We have lived in this society for a long time.
A confidence to be able to integrate it and look forward into a kind of a positive interaction with the outside world. That has been our strength. In the 16th century, you had the Chinese navigator Zheng He visiting Calicut. At the beginning of the era of the great navigators, was inaugurated with the discovery of the sea route by Vasco da Gama.
In our case, every time there's a Christmas, we go to Christian friends. They have their own party. We go there, and if it's Chinese New Year, we go to the Chinese. We have Muslims, Eid. Our non-Muslim friends will come to our house. So this has been a tradition in Brunei for a long, long time. So I think if that can happen in Brunei, it can happen in other places.
Yeah. Kerala had in fact one of the earliest Jewish communities before Christ. It has had the earliest Christian communities from the 1st century. And I think subsequently it has also had a very strong Islamic community, a Muslim community from the Gulf. That kind of experience has enriched our cultural life in many ways.
And it's enriched our lives too. It's the world's strength.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Ramadan, Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Ramadan, Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Ramadan, Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Ramadan.
As with most international cities around the world, within a 5-minute walk from our doors, we worship, we pray, we give thanks, we listen and ask for guidance, we sit still, and we fellowship. And in our communities we break bread together. All of us thrive on and enjoy sharing the generations of secrets handed down through the centuries, from our kitchens, our fires, our meals, our tables.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Ramadan, 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 Christmas, Hanukkah.
Now it is more and more clear with the globalization process, with the world becoming smaller. The 9/11 was a turning point.
The United States after 9/11 is different than the United States before that.
Okay, we are somewhere far, and all these guys have problems. We are safe here, and it appeared that this is not the case anymore. And you cannot just live in the heaven while others living in the hell.
The United States is very much involved in development work. It will probably take a little bit more time that people start again thinking how they could help. because you know this, what happened here, you know, this 9/11 was something that we in Europe, we probably don't understand it, you know, but when I listen to some of my American friends, it caused a real trauma in American minds, you know, that we can be attacked like that.
We have to go beyond this episode. That was an ugly episode because the reactions might increase the sense of insecurity and does not decrease it, the reactions. So you have to work in a collective manner. You cannot sort it out alone. You will have to rely on the support of the world, and the United States received the support of the world. Received. Immediately after 9/11, there has been a great call for let's bring it to a stop.
There are non-governmental organizations, NGOs, around the world picking up where governments fail. Many doing great and selfless work for humanity in the worst of circumstances, funded by your generous hearts, caring for the sick, the abandoned, the brutalized, the starving, those without rights. And then there are those.
We can say that NGOs are the biggest thing which happened in the last 10 years. And when I say NGOs, I must say that probably the most famous NGO of this time is called Al-Qaeda. It's Laden's NGO. That's a typical non-state actor which has a lot of supporters all over, has nothing to do with the state, can for some time reside as a parasite in one state, but it's not bound absolutely.
Now, terrorism is as much a challenge for the United States as it is for Iran. Extremism is as much a challenge for the US as it is for Iran. Al-Qaeda, for instance, was our enemy long before it became US enemy. If you look at this problem from a global perspective, that is, terrorism is a global problem. It requires everybody pitching in, everybody contributing to its solution. Then you can find a solution, possibly, because it's a major challenge. You can possibly find a solution. But if you consider it your problem and a problem that you can stop at your doorsteps and prevent it from attacking your borders, then I do not think anybody can resolve the problem, because global problems cannot be resolved through national unilateral measures.
And the day after tomorrow, the main concern will be hunger and poverty, which is something that people don't talk about, which is unbelievably important, you know. But you and me today, the main concern is terrorism. I am convinced that the terrorists, Al-Qaeda or whichever, will strike again in the next few months.
Intelligence, national intelligence gathering information, and in many countries, and there are more than one, they don't necessarily share information even amongst themselves, let alone with others. And until there's a great deal more of that kind of trust and sharing, we will always be less than fully equipped to deal with terrorism.
If you cannot exchange information, there is no level of trust between authorities of your neighboring countries, then the regional approach to terrorism will not prosper.
I guess that's the silver lining with these terrible events, is that it seems to be forcing us to be more cooperative, huh?
It has, but
like
you would think that with the degree of violent terrorist acts that have occurred, there would be more cooperation.